This is Mukarram from Chicago. I'm in Linwood, Illinois, 30 miles away from Chicago downtown and 45 minutes away from Devon, Chicago. Alhamdulillah, this is the first American Muslim cemetery coming into existence in Linwood, Illinois. And it has a capacity of 30,000 graves, Alhamdulillah. And by the grace of Almighty Allah, Iqbal Bhai and Dr. Danish Bhai are working real hard to complete the construction of this cemetery. And we are blessed with Alhamdulillah cemetery, which is very economical, Alhamdulillah, compared to Chicago. In Chicago, if you want to do any funeral, it costs you like $7,500, $6,500 approximately in Roselle Cemetery and $4,500 in Boeing Cemetery. But this cemetery, Alhamdulillah, they have been working hard for many years, and it is costing us $3.4 million to do the construction of this cemetery, as well as the construction of this masjid, as well as the construction of the utility room where you can put all the equipments. And each grave, if you compare with Chicago, it's going to cost you, like including the construction of the masjid as well as the utility room, it will be $130 for each grave, including all the constructions. And the total construction cost is $3.4 million. And out of which, Alhamdulillah, we have raised $2.6 million already, and we need another $830,000 to complete the construction of the whole cemetery, Alhamdulillah. And we would like to request you that in Chicago, if you go and do a funeral, the opening and closing cost of the Roselle Cemetery is $1,836. Here it will be free, inshallah. The grave cost and the liner cost in Roselle Cemetery is $3,000. Like it's very expensive. And if you go to Boeing Cemetery, the opening and closing cost is like $1,420, as well as the grave and liner cost $1,500 there. Here, inshallah, it will be free. If you compare this American Muslim cemetery, if you compare the expenses, like yearly expenses of for $30,000 for 30,000 graves, I mean to say, if the expenses will come up to $90 million. Alhamdulillah, we have saved almost like to $94 million by bringing this project, and this will be a model to bring this project throughout America, inshallah. May Allah reward this brother for working hard, alhamdulillah. And apart from that, I've been doing this work of funerals for the past 27 years. Whenever any unclaimed bodies come in Chicago, alhamdulillah, we do the funeral of many, funeral of many unclaimed bodies. And whenever any person got shot and in armed robbery, and those dead bodies also, we have to do the funerals. And because they cannot afford, and many Muslim brothers are there, and they live alone, their parents are in India, their family is in India, and they cannot afford to do the funeral here because it costs like $6,500 and $4,200 in Boeing Cemetery. Whenever any person dies here, and many middle class families are here, they cannot afford it. Whenever they cannot afford it, we have to raise the funds. I have to call all my friends. We do the collective effort, and we did many, alhamdulillah, funerals, alhamdulillah. Allah has taken, may Allah reward all the brothers who work along with me, alhamdulillah. So we are here to tell you that it's mentioned by one of the Dr. Assalamu Sahab. If you see someone in a problem, and if they need some financial assistance, and you know, in America especially, there are many brothers here, they're in jail. 4,000 Muslim brothers are there in jail, and whenever they die, they in jails, the jail cannot afford it. They do the cremation. We have to worry about them too. And here, that's the reason why these brothers have worked hard, and we have been working here to bring this cemetery into existence. And I was telling about that if you see someone in a problem, and if you are a Muslim and you are in a position to help them, and you do not help them, then you are answerable to Allah. You can be a Muslim, you can be a doctor, you can be an engineer, you can be a businessman, but you cannot be a pious person. And it's mentioned in the Quran, لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون. You will never attain piety unless and until you spend what you love. We love ourselves, we love Allah, as well as we love our money. So we have to spend this money in the path of Allah to achieve the pieties. It's mentioned in the Quran that Ya ayyuhallazina amanu hal adullukum ala tijaratin tunjikum min azabin halim. Allah is saying, can I show you a business which can you save you from the punishment of hellfire? Tu'minuna billahi wa rasulihi, believe in Allah and Rasul, but tujahiduna fi sabilillahi bi amwalikum wa anfusikum, and strive in the path of Allah with your money as yourself. We don't strive, we don't go in the path of Allah, but we can put some money for the sake of those people who cannot afford. And if you listen to the message and if you do not pass this message, then you are answerable to Allah, because we are trying to do a good work for the people who cannot afford for the funeral. There are many Muslim brothers who live in America. When they die, their parents are in India. It's not, they cannot afford it, because $6,500 is equivalent to Indian rupees. If you compare like 4 lakhs rupees to 5 lakh rupees, they cannot afford it. So for that, we have to help them out. And if you compare like $90 million project we are doing inshallah in $3.4 million, $90 million, which will be equivalent to 7,200 crore rupees. We are doing it. We are, Alhamdulillah, our cemetery, our community is trying to complete this project in $3.4 million, which equivalent to 27 crores. So we are saving like thousands of crores rupees. So for this, you have to work out. You have to move in the path of Allah. You have to pass this message to all the brothers in the Facebook and Instagram and in WhatsApp groups, so that you will get ajr. If you cannot donate something, at least you can pass this message to others. It's mentioned in the Quran, Alif Lam Mim Zalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fihi Hudan lil Muttaqin. This book, there is no doubt in it. It's a hidayat, it's a guidance for them who fear Allah. If you fear Allah, pass this message to all the brothers throughout America, so that this this cemetery can come into existence within a month. We can raise this remaining $830,000 in this month, and for this we have a fundraising at Shalimar Banquet Hall. Everybody is requested. There will be a free entry, but when you come there, you can pass the message. For example, somebody can afford $100, somebody can afford $1,000. $100 everybody can afford, and we are left with 20 days. It's $5 each day. If you save this $5 each day for 20 days, it will be $100. And we need 8,000 members of $100, or we need 800 members of $1,000. The people who can afford, and if they don't help this cause, then you are answerable to Allah. And Allah knows the intention of your heart. Allah knows the secrets of your heart. If you make an intention to help, if you don't have money, pass this message to all your brothers. Pass this message through WhatsApp group, through Facebook, in your friends, in your family. Inshallah, Allah will give success in this life and the life hereafter too. I would like to request Danish bhai to say a few words.
यहाँ पे अमेरिकन मुस्लिम सेमेट्री का जो फ्यूनरल होम है और फैसिलिटी और उसकी जो प्रेयर हॉल है, ये है माशाल्लाह। मस्जिद होगी यहाँ पे इंशाल्लाह नमाज जनाजा पढ़ सकते हैं विंटर में। और और जो यहाँ पे 250 मर्द हजरात और 100 खवातीन की नमाज का इंतजाम हो सकता है इंशाल्लाह। और बेसमेंट में 350 लोगों की जगह है, और इसमें 5 वॉशरूम और 5 गुसल एरिया विमेन के लिए, और 5 वॉशरूम और 5 वुदू एरिया मर्दों के लिए, और फिर इसमें 3 बॉडी का फ्रीजर होगा।
बताइए, इधर आ जाइए।
तो ये हमारा प्रेयर हॉल है, और ये वॉकवे है, इसके थ्रू हम जाएंगे हमारे
चले बोलते हैं हमें गुसल एरिया में जाना है, और यहाँ पे फ्यूनरल होम रहेगा।
तो ये एरिया है गुसल एरिया। यहाँ पे 3 बॉडी का फ्रीजर होगा, और यहाँ पे गुसल का पूरा इंतजाम होगा। फिर यहाँ से हम व्यूइंग रूम है, व्यूइंग रूम में यहाँ पे बॉडी को रखेंगे। और ये जो पीछे का एरिया है, यहाँ पे माशाल्लाह आप देख सकते हैं कि कंस्ट्रक्शन गुसल एरिया, हमारे वॉशरूम्स का और वुदू एरिया का कंस्ट्रक्शन माशाल्लाह, इलेक्ट्रिक प्लम्बिंग और एचवा का काम चल रहा है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। अल्लाह से उम्मीद है कि इंशाल्लाह रमज़ान के अख्तिताम तक ये प्रोजेक्ट laws for the opening and closing of the grave. So the opening and closing can be free because we won't have to use any union labor. We can have our own labor. And this is the utility building. We are going to have our own diggers, our own bobcats, our own snow blowers and grass cutters and everything else, so that we can run this cemetery on a masjid model, free of charge for all Muslims, inshallah. So this is a large facility. This is a large area which can easily accommodate for all our equipment, and that will be the area for the future offices within the facility. So we are hoping that inshallah by the end of this Ramadan, we can collect the remaining $830,000 that is required to complete this project, so that inshallah we can start using this facility before the end of this Ramadan, inshallah. So we are requesting all the brothers and sisters to please participate generously, and we are going to have a fundraiser on the 7th of April in Shalimar Banquets after the Salatul Maghrib, and we request all the brothers to come prepared so that
This is Mukarram taking the video of this cemetery. Alhamdulillah. अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि यहाँ 30,000 खबर आ रहे हैं। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, अल्लाह चाहे तो इंशाअल्लाह यहाँ 30,000 खबर आएंगे। सभी अज़ा से गुज़र की जाती है।